Say Anything was directed by... Say Anything was written and directed by... Cameron Crowe. Say Anything was written and directed... Wait, you're not close. You look like you're far away. Say Anything was written and directed by Cameron Crowe and stars John Cusack, Ione or Ione Skye, and John Mahone. It follows the romance of high school seniors Lloyd Dobler and Diane Court.
Cutting this out. All right, welcome to Spoonsville.
Wait,
Come on, we got do it.
You know
Pop it out.
This is right.
Okay. 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 Ready. Ready.
Can the people hear?
Ready?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You need to get the tension out. You're so tense.
No, don't stress me out. That's not gonna
Okay.
help me.
Okay.
You should do that.
Okay. Hey, welcome to Spoonsville Movies.
Welcome to Spoonsville.
Welcome to Spoonsville. Yeah.
That's it.
We should do bloopers, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we decided to do a movie review channel because we both love movies. And our very first movie is Say Anything.
Yeah.
1989, honestly, hidden gem. Hidden. For me. It was truly hidden.
For both of us.
For both of us.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard
We
like
loved
anything
it.
of it. Okay,
Yeah.
apart from it's the holding the radio thing. But that's the only thing I knew.
Yeah.
And I thought that was High Fidelity for some reason.
Yeah, he thought it was High Fidelity.
I feel like, I don't know why, but High Fidelity seems like a more famous old school John Cusack movie. But really it's the same thing, which makes sense because it's so... Anyway, so it was, we watched it last night and then we just were blown away. Like, I was like, this is, I think I can say, even though it's an old movie, this is probably going to be the best movie I'll see all of 2022.
Yeah.
It was
So good.
It was perfection.
Yeah.
Like there are scenes in the movie that it honestly was, well, first of all, I could relate a lot to stuff I'm going through in terms of relationships and things and people, but like
rom-coms nowadays are a far stretch from anything
it's
that looks like what Say Anything is.
It's all just pop culture references. And,
yeah.
You know, but
recycled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like rom-com movies transitioned over time, and then they just got to a point where, I don't know, it was just, let's just churn out something, you know? And when you get to that point, there is very little creativity that goes into it. Yeah. And I feel like it was at that point that they started just kind of replicating every single movie, using that specific formula when the industry was just tired of being creative. Yeah. If rom-coms today were like how Say
as a template.
That should be the template.
There was so kind of what the idea of this channel is that we want to talk about review movies the way that we like to do them, which is kind of just we gush or we riff or we rant or we ramble. There are scenes in Say Anything that they don't have the same beats of a normal rom-com, which I love. It's more of a drama put in a package of a kind of lighthearted coming of age rom-com where, you know, they're both graduated high school and then they start a relationship and they're trying to figure their lives out. But there are scenes in it where they don't just end with kind of the normal, I don't know, you do a joke, you know, the friend of the main character kind of does a little jab at them and is trying to give them some advice on the relationship, and then it moves to the next scene. They actually address like issues within their friendships. Maybe some of them are envious, some of them then they call each other out, or there was just scenes that were drawn out kind of sequences of whether maybe it's during like a breakup or talking about the relationship to their parents, and it's these long, like it keeps going past what a normal rom-com would go. Yeah,
there was a lot of depth to the characters. I really loved it. I have to say, we watched it last night and
I would watch it again.
My God, my heart.
It was one of those, I'm like, almost just start it from scratch, just start from the beginning.
Oh my God, very quickly into it were we just
floored.
Yeah.
Floored was the word.
The characters were just so complete. It wasn't just one of those surface level cookie cutter. Yeah.
Here's the stereotypical best friend character. Exactly. Here's the reluctant parent character. Yeah. Everyone had a huge, even just with very little details in one scene, you get a whole sense of, say, the family dynamic. Yeah, or the friendship dynamic. Friendship dynamic. Yeah. And those are the movies that you just,
It was just beautiful. And I really loved everybody. Yeah. Even the smaller characters. Yeah. It just fit perfectly.
My favorite John Cusack. My favorite Joan Cusack.
Yeah.
Maybe School of Rock. But I didn't realize she was in that. That was cool. And then the grandfather from Frasier was a mind-blowing...
Incredible. Wow. How hasn't he been featured in a lot more movies?
So good.
He was so good in that. He's just incredible, honestly. I think he was the one who had the most nuanced character. Comparatively, really. Because he played your typical dad.
Videotaping with the old school, you know, for her valedictorian
dad jokes, you know, supporting his child, just, you know, perfect, the kind of dad you wish you had, you know, until you kind of, but then you start to see, you start to see that maybe he's not the kind of dad you wished you had entirely.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see the cracks.
You see the cracks, and it's just, the layers just come off little by little. All of it is so subtle. I remember there was a scene when Lloyd drops off the girl. Yeah. He drops off Diane, and she's super studious, you know, valedictorian, and her dad has invested a lot in making sure that, you know, she takes a certain path. And so she rejects a lot of guys that are interested in her. And so a lot of guys are interested in her, but she doesn't date, you know, because she's very focused on school. And she's just gotten this scholarship to go study in the UK. And so her dad really just wants things to go smoothly. And over the summer, this takes place basically at the end of, you know, high school. And Lloyd wants to hang out, spend more time with Diane before she leaves. And so he's dropping her off, and she had a great time. Of course, she's very surprised, but she had a great time. Dad is also very surprised because she knows her to just be rejecting guys all the time. And that's what she was expecting. But this time around is a different story. She's very happy. And he feigns excitement. Mm-hmm. And we know this because he, you know, she's very excited. He's excited along with her. But then the moment she turns around to go to her bedroom, the face, you know, I'm a problem.
I noticed the part where Lloyd was clearly excited because he was doing something that it was weird. I think it must have been something John just decided to like act like you were excited clearly with because he was doing like kind of like a fish swim thing. He'd do it in one direction. And
where is that?
It was when they were like peering. They're like, oh, don't worry, I think he had a good time on your date too.
Oh yeah,
it was great. I don't know, I'd never seen that before, but like that I noticed.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So the dad then you can tell that, okay, the dad is not happy about that. Yeah. And so I remember there was a scene where she invites, so Diane invites Lloyd over for dinner, and the dad is there. The parents are divorced. So the dad is there and some colleagues from the nursing home that the dad owns. And they're asking Lloyd about, you know, what he's going to do now that he's graduated. And of course, they're not happy with the answer because Lloyd is very honest with himself. That was really surprising. He's very honest about how he doesn't know what he wants to do. And so he's thinking, I enjoy kickboxing. And so I feel like I'm going to try anything out that's related to kickboxing. And of course, they were not impressed by that. The key moment for me in that scene was when Lloyd witnesses Diane interacting with the father. He was just pointing out how impressed he was. Not even impressed, but just he was impressed by the fact that he didn't say impressed. I can't figure out a better word, but he was impressed by the fact that they had such an open relationship. Mm-hmm. You know, and you can tell. I felt that too.
Yeah, you're right. That was a great detail because not only is it true at first, they make it so that you do feel what Lloyd's feeling, where it's like, wow, I'm envious of your daughter and your way of communicating. Yeah. I haven't had that. But then that also makes you think that it is healthier than it is. And then you find out
exactly
it's not so much. So
yeah.
It's a good switcheroo there. That would be one of the top, if I had to pick like top three moments, I think. Yeah, that was a really cool. Because it shows it's a very introspective movie.
Yeah. It is.
For that kind of comment to have the main character just kind of feeling uncomfortable at a dinner and then just being like, I really like how you guys interact like that. You don't. It felt very real.
It's such a great platform for personal reflection, mm-hmm. which it was for me because the characters are so real. They don't try and have this romantic movie be an escape for you.
Yeah.
It's just really a reflection of life, and which I absolutely love that. I think a lot of people go into watching movies for the escape aspect, aspect of the escapism.
Yeah.
But
where none of it feels like real life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so you just want to tap out instead of movies that make you reflect, which this movie made me do that a lot. What do you have to say?
You said it all.
Okay.
It just struck so many chords for me. Why I say it really honestly was it was one of those things where, I mean, I like to look at all things of a movie because I also watch every genre of a movie. I like just silly action movies. I like scary. I like, I like cartoons. I like kids movies. I like R-rated, triple R-rated movies. I watch all movies. It's the medium itself. So I like the superficial things of just, hey, that was a really cool trick, or how did they pull that off? How that special effect was really cool, to all the different rabbit holes you can go down into a movie. Yeah. I like all of it, everything. I think it's important to kind of all aspects. Yeah. And that movie had it for me. There wouldn't be a thing I would change. And it holds up too in terms of honestly, the humor. The movie's 33 years old now.
Yeah.
A lot of times with romance movies that come out in the early 2000s, they make jokes. I'm just like, but this was like, I did not, there was not one part that I was kind of like showing its times about its datedness, It was just, it's just finger licking good. That's how I'd rate it. Out of 1 out of 10, it would be licking the fingers.
Okay, I have one other thing that I really loved. There's a scene. So Diane works at her dad's old age home, right? And then
keep going.
What? No.
No, it's okay. I can always put it in the video that I'm checking the battery.
Okay, so Diane wanted to. So she goes to she works at her dad's old age home and introduces Lloyd to one of the ladies there. And the lady is just very blunt, right? And he didn't want to go initially because he says he's kind of afraid of old people and they remind him of he's going to die at one point, and it's just really hard. And I thought that was just so perfect, They don't really go into detail, but of course they can't. It's a movie. You have an hour and a half to just pack everything in. So I liked it because it's true, For me, it was a real reflection of, I think a lot of people do worry about those kinds of things. When you meet old people, outwardly there's that reflection of this person has aged and is approaching death. And I think the thing about that is not necessarily you worrying about death per se. It's just you worrying about, have I lived enough,
In closing, final thoughts. Say anything.
Wait, don't do that because I was moving around. Okay, well, I have a final thought. I like the relationship between Diane and Lloyd. I like that relationship because he talks about how when he goes to hang out with the guy friends, and after she breaks up with him, and they are, they're trying to, okay, well, let's just find you a girl. Name any girl. We're going to find you a girl to just help you get over this girl. And he was like, no, I don't want that. This girl made me feel things, she made me feel good about myself. He said something to that effect, or I don't remember, but it was such a beautiful,
well, what she was saying, I remember, is that she's like, I don't have to pretend. I don't feel nervous around him. Yeah. Make sure there's glass out of my way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the point of that is, for these two people, they make each other feel valuable within themselves. Never mind someone else valuing or validating them, but just that the relationship is just so rich and honest and intimate, and just steeped in, I think, complete truth. Because even when they interact with each other, the questions are, for example, when she breaks up with him, what did we just decide on? Because she didn't say, I'm breaking up with you. And he's like, hold on, what did we just decide on? Were you breaking up with me? There's just a lot of that. And when there isn't a proper explanation, because when she breaks up with him, it is back to again, it's because of the father, and the father not wanting to let go of her in that, dysfunctional kind of way. And so the whole relationship is steeped in so much truth and just raw honesty. for both of them and just complete and utter, I don't know, just care and tenderness towards each other. That was really nice to see. It was so nice to see that depicted in a movie that way. Yeah. The whole movie was just so fantastic. Oh my God.
11 out of 10.
11 out of 10.
Haven't seen it? Watch it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're going to watch it again.
Best date night movie. Yeah.
God. Yeah, what a gem, honestly. Beautiful movie. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, so, yeah.
Signing off.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Goodbye. Wait, that was not a good wrap.